So, welcome to Super Monkey Ball. You never played this before?
I've never even heard of it before.
Oh, wow. Yeah, this started off life as an arcade game, and the
Yeah,
joystick was a giant plastic banana.
really?
Yeah, it was a giant plastic banana. It's actually pretty cool. It was pretty cool. And
Damn associations, in my head right now. Oh Lord.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah. So, okay, so you're choosing the modes. You're gonna go for practice mode. Don't no, you didn't go for practice
no. I went for a normal mode. I just wanted to read through them, and I went through the characters, and I decided, hey, you know what? F it. Let's just take the first one. I.
There you go. That's the smart
I
one.
was tempted to use baby, but then I thought, nah, I'll just get a snappy comment from you.
No. The baby one actually is a little bit. Each one of them moves slightly differently.
Really?
So it's a question of weight and momentum.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. The baby is the one I think that moves the fastest, but has the least weight to it.
Yeah.
So the certain levels are easier with certain characters, and I
Mhm.
see you try to get the banana. Well, you're figuring it out. So there you
I mean,
go.
I was a little bit confused. I thought I would like control the character and not the the entire rest, but the character.
Well, you
So-
are controlling the character. The character just happens to be stuck in a ball, which
Yeah, but you're like moving the field, aren't you?
no. That's just a perspective. That's why if you look at the character's legs, the character's legs are moving. They're just moving the camera.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, when I figured it out, it felt like controlling the character, not necessarily the board. You know, real board games where you have this ball in the middle and you have to like tilt it in some way. It didn't feel like that. It really
Yeah.
felt like controlling the character. But still, what I see right now is that the other stages are actually below me here, so you can see the other stages. That's pretty neat.
Yeah. So you're always this is the animation with you flying up at the end.
Mhm.
So you're always flying up further on the scale.
And I stopped right on the spot.
Yeah. Although now that I look at the background, it could very well be that you're tilting the floor. Now that I'm looking at the background, that it doesn't move at the same. So the levels don't seem to move the same way. It's weird. I mean, because the background doesn't change. So yeah, I guess you are tilting the floor.
Mhm.
But then I don't know why the monkeys are moving their legs like that.
So he doesn't fall down because the ball rolls. He just tries to like.
True.
And also, it's a little bit poor animation due to the technological limits of the time. But still, I mean, it looks pretty good. It's a GameCube game, isn't it?
Yeah, this is GameCube. So
It's actually pretty
GameCube
neat.
just launched in Japan. This is one of the launch titles in Japan for the GameCube.
Just saying, this here right now, what just happened in a couple of seconds was so frustrating. And now you'll see my street smarts. Dude, you'll see my street smarts. I saw this level, I figured it out, I was like, what the hell?
Oh, sweet!
But then I failed miserably.
Not quite smart enough.
Nah, well, smart enough, but not
Experienced enough.
experienced enough. But I am gathering experience, you know. First
Ooh,
was
yeah.
too far, this was too short, and you'll see the third attempt is just perfect.
A third time's a charm.
Exactly. I'm a charming boy. You see?
Oh! Now is he gonna make it? Is he
Go for
gonna
it.
make
Yep.
Wow, sweet!
Ew.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
Told you I'm a core gamer.
Yeah,
Um,
this series actually gets several sequels, and there's even a really good Game Boy Advance version, which
Really?
is disturbing how accurate it is.
Okay.
Using vectors, and of course, for the monkeys and everything else, it's just using flat shaded stuff. But as long as the floor is moving, it still feels very much like a game. The only downside, of course, is you don't have an analog control on the Game Boy Advance.
Hey,
But-
does the Game Boy Advance have a gyro sensor?
No, but there were a couple. I think there was one or two games that added stuff like that into the cartridge, but it didn't have a motion sensor built into into the device itself. Oh, that I get vertigo sometimes just watching this game.
It's actually fun. Hey, is Dole the sponsor of this game?
Yes, Dole was.
Yeah.
This was all product placement for Dole bananas.
Yeah.
Um,
Because
yeah.
I mean, it feels a bit like something that you get with like when you buy 100 bananas, you'll get a game.
Yeah, although this was a full price title. I mean, this was. But then again, Sega had a long tradition of doing product placement, going back to at least Thunderblade, which was this helicopter game where the launch pad that you launched off of with the helicopter each time was a Pepsi symbol. Don't ask me how that worked. They may have. I know there was product placement before that. It wasn't the first case of product placement. Namco had it, and we'll talk about this very soon in another time jump. But Pole Position, which is coming up on 40 years old, that had product placement in it already. It was a Formula One racing game with I think Marlboro was doing an ad in the background or something like that. So. Yeah, but I mean, sometimes those product placements are there not because companies pay, but because they just add flavor to it. We've talked before about how I believe it was Super Monaco Grand Prix, which is also a Sega game. They got sued because they had included Marlboro signage in the background as decoration. They weren't even getting paid for it. They just included it because it was, make it feel more like real Formula One at the time. And because the game, games are for kids, Marlboro actually sued and wanted them to remove it so they wouldn't be associated with a kid's product.
Okay.
So we talked about that on one of the previous episodes. I'll have to look through the notes when. But yeah. So now you're learning the very deliberate movement levels of Super Monkey Ball when it gets really hard.
Yeah, I mean, this was annoying. I'm using an Xbox controller, actually, and an Xbox trigger, and I think it's way better than using just plain keyboard. But still, it's super sensitive.
Yeah, it's super sensitive, and this is where using the analog aspect of it really becomes a necessity.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And now I'm picturing me standing somewhere in an arcade with a big banana in my hand. Oh Lord. Let's just stop right here.
Probably a good idea. Let's get back to the show.